welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing Progressive Capitals on the New Zealand and Australia advanced map. We're playing as a green player out of the first position. We have a 1-point hold with the Blizzards that we have here, I believe. I don't think these two territories connect, so we're going to go on this 3 here. Lot of room on the left-hand side. There's other options on the board. The 2 up here would have equally been a 1-point hold. I'm not as interested in that. I guess that would have held 1.5 +2s. I get the Kimberly +2 over here. A little bit more open board on the left-hand side, pathing through the middle. Either option is probably fine, but a little bit more risk over here with blue there. Impactful Blizzards, a lot in the middle, I guess. Again, with these 1 or 2 point holds up in the top of the board. I could see red capping near us. If red goes on the 3, I'm not going to be jazzed by that, but should have enough to fortify in here. We dump 2 here, the rest here, split, bring back whichever stack ends up being smaller. But we're playing New Zealand and Australia advanced. This one is pretty high up on my list. We will obviously place it on our tier list. This is Tier List Tuesday. We'll place it on the tier list at the end of the video. But Tier List Tuesday series on the channel where we play every single map in Risk. On the meta settings, those settings are auto setup, 60-second turn timer, progressive cards, balance splits, dice, no rank restrictions, alliances, and portals are off. Fog and Blizzards around. We got neutral inactivity behavior for this mode, or for this series rather. And we're going to get started right away with a turn 1 bonus. Not going to bother rolling out too much material elsewhere. Little split ski here. I guess that's slightly closer, right? So we'll just bring this back here. These will be my fortifies. We'll start operating with our 2s in here. Turn 1 bonus should be good, though. Not the strongest in the world. I'm actually surprised Pink didn't end up on this 3. Maybe he didn't want to cap directly next to me. So we've got a little bit of room to work in the middle of the board as well, especially if nobody ends up in this +2 in Central Australia. There are a handful of bonuses on this board. I believe 14. This is a 72 territory map. So for context, the regular New Zealand and Australia map is a 38 territory, 8 continent map. This is 72 territories, 14 continents. It looks like purple will take the +4 there. That is one of my favorite bonuses, by the way, in Eastern New South Wales. We'll run through the bonuses here in just a moment, but 72 territories. There are 7 blizzards, knocks us down to 65 total territories. That'll leave us at 26 territories larger than the classic map when blizzards are considered. And our bonuses, there's a lot of +2s on this board. Nothing overly overpowered, in my opinion. So the +2s are going to be the Arnhem Land and Groot Island bonus up at the top. We've got Far North Queensland, Kimberley, Central Australia. Those are all of the +2s. Top End and Tiwi Islands, Gulf and North Queensland, Western New South Wales are our +3s. Handful of +4s in North Island, South Island, Victoria and Tasmania, Eastern New South Wales, South Queensland, South Australia +5s, and then Greater Western Australia, which we may have a chance of taking. We're only lacking vision on 1 territory in this bonus, which is down here. There could be somebody capped there. This is interesting. I thought for sure that he would take the bonus here. I wonder if he's capped down this way. I'm going to try to take this. I'm aware that the pink player may try to break me. I'm aware that he may try to break me. But I'm going to take it anyway, and we'll see what happens. Red moves up. That could also be dangerous. So red doesn't actually land anything on cap. He instead plays for, and I think there's potentially somebody capped on Inaminka here. He tried hitting it, and he didn't lose everything. So if pink is capped there and didn't bring his material back to capital, that could be bad for him. But red does not end up getting this +5. I think that's a little bit greedy of a play. Orange starts with 8. So, unsure where orange is. We've obviously got our radar on blue, our radar on red. I assume purple, given that I didn't see much of purple in the middle of the board, I assume purple's heavy presence in South Island. I assume that's also where his capital is. He's not on West Coast because we saw blue there. Obviously not in Coffs Harbour or Canberra, but has that bonus there. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. See if orange ends up playing. Unsure. But I've got avenues for success here. This map, I do like this one quite a bit. I think that normal New Zealand and Australia, trying to remember exactly where we had that. We had that in the B tier. I think that this map is just a marked improvement over that map. Orange was here, but I think that was all 8 of the troops that he had in that position. He doesn't try to roll a 2-on-1. I'm surprised. So he doesn't actually take this bonus, but he's not capped here. We're just going to take this, and I'm going to keep it simple. Just a simple take. Purple is here. Interesting. And a pull forward. Keep our cap strong. Purple actually getting 10. So I think that may be 12 territories in the +4, if I had to guess. I don't think that's double bonus. I believe he's got the +4 here. So I'm actually a little bit surprised he has 12 territories because we know red has most of what is in here. So purple would be 1 here, maybe behind blue here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't have total vision over here. Probably pretty hefty presence on the right-hand side, though. We started with what, 7? If we don't get hit at all, we'll start with 8. I'm going to try to push for the +6 on the left-hand side. At this point, I think my cap is safe. So I think that being a little bit more aggressive now that I've got the 1-point hold is going to serve me well. Blue, my assumption would be that the blue player takes Far North Queensland. If he doesn't, that, again, would be very surprising. He's got essentially a 1-point hold up here with the cap. That loses 2 troops. So no, he's got it. He wins that. I'm not worried about him having an extra bonus. I do want to try to play for as much as I can down here. Now, I will lock my cap off with that. A reasonably easy card block. It's a bit extended, though. Pink has not lost his capital, so he's got 9 troops completely separate from cap. My hope is those don't come into me. I think they go down. Or to the right. Little bit surprised by to the right, but doubling back to break me is now no longer possible. Surprised he'd sit next to red with all of that. Now, red did not take the bonus, so he'll start with 5. I assume we'll try to take this +5 down here. I'm not sure what Pink's goal is. I don't really know where Pink is capped. I fear that he's capped behind either blue or purple or even orange. He might be completely blocked off. Although nobody's capped. We saw blue here, so nobody's capped here. He shouldn't be completely blocked off. I think orange will start with 6. He did a lot of attacking on that first turn. Oh, okay. Only starts with 5. That is interesting. So if this holds, we will start with 10. No, we'll start with 9. But I think I can take this whole bonus with 9. If I dump 4 here, the rest here. 4 here, 5 here. That's a little hairy, but might work. I don't want to leave a bunch of little stacks around. I'd rather them get active. Or you know what we can do? Here's what we'll do. We'll put 2 here. We'll attack with the cap. We'll attack all of this on our own. So this goes here. This goes here. And then we don't hit red. That should work. Just like that. I anticipate either orange or red breaking me. I do. I'm almost using it as an excuse to have somebody to attack. Because I doubt, we sit here, maybe we lose a troop up in this general vicinity. If we sit here, 15 territories, 2 extra troops from that, and then a double +2, +10 total. I just don't think my opponents are going to vibe with that. If I'm getting 17 troops next turn, I don't think they're going to like 17. You can live with 9. Purple's been getting 10. I don't think my opponents are going to love 17. Although purple did just take another +4. So purple, or +3, I guess. And probably territory count. He was getting 10. He probably picked up at least an extra +4 between territories and the +3. So he'll be at 14. That might be a little bit more. And he moves right after me. So that might be a little bit more safe for me to work with. Now, blue, on the other hand, I'm not sure what he is doing. Maybe a North Island play. I don't hate this cap up here because it does, any bonus breaks up here you're guarded against, at least. To this +2 back here, I don't love an 8 hold on this spot. Pink keeps dropping the angry face and the frownies and whatnot. And then tries to fist bump. I'm wondering if Pink is maybe capped all the way in the back here, and he's planning on hitting blue here soon. This looks like this is going to go into my 2, which also makes me think that red did not get broken. So red will start probably with, I would guess, 11, just off of how many territories I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe just 10. Yeah, it just starts with 10. Okay. Now, red doesn't really have the leverage to mass break me. If he does, I'm just going to hit him. I'd prefer he just defend normally. That's my 2. That's... could be worse. It's not my favorite action, but it could be worse. Does orange have this +4 here? Oh, no, he does not. So orange not taking Victoria and Tasmania for some reason. Despite the fact we saw this as an open blue territory earlier in the game. Red, meanwhile, not really defending his capital. I don't want to go bad to red yet. I'd rather get somebody to open my cap. I know blue, red, and pink all know my cap is here. I don't think anybody else does. I don't believe anybody else is aware of that. I don't want to aggress purple knowing that purple is as strong as it. We do start with 17, so... a nice juicy capital. I'll leave that there. We'll pull this into cap. I'm giving people the opportunity to break me, especially in this bonus. Purple gets 12. Is that just a territory count add and didn't actually take the +3 here? Or maybe he lost a different bonus? He's equals 7. He could also just be below 12 territories somehow now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He could be capping here. I didn't think he was. I thought we could see it. This views these two. We couldn't see here or here. Oh, he lost his cap. That I just saw the cap numbers switch. Purple must have lost his cap but held all of those bonuses. I didn't even notice it was at 2 when I started my turn, but purple takes his cap back. So that is interesting. It's no wonder why he didn't hit me. Now, mind you, look at my cap. And red hasn't played his turn yet, but I'm at 32. Red's at 8 on capital. Blue doesn't even have good pathing to us, so if he wants to come hit me, he shouldn't really have any good pathing. And again, if anybody hits into this bonus here, they open me up, so I don't hate that. Pink, I think, is just trying to play his game too slow, unfortunately. Orange may very well be in the same boat. I'm also unsure who took purple's cap. Could have been blue. Could have been orange. I don't believe it was red based off of where we saw red distributing their troops, and I definitely don't think it was the pink player. Pink trades early. Pink bonking the red cap would be funny. I'm actually a bit surprised I'm being allowed to hold as much as I am. Usually the board feels much more clustered despite the size of this map. 65 usable territories in the meta settings normally creates a bit more of a recipe for disaster. This probably hits my 2, right? What are you doing? I just burned 4 troops of his for no reason. So from what I understand, and I've heard some things from people that the kind of mid-roll sliders are still causing people to lose more than they should. I don't know how much validity that has. But slidering now for anything less than like 2,000 troops really isn't going to be beneficial because it's using the standard blitz calculations now go up to that amount instead of the approximation at 70 for regular rolls and 35 for modified rolls, so capitals, zombies, or like the Great Wall. So it is interesting to me. It wins a 2-on-1. That's pretty crazy. Okay, I don't want red to hold double +5. Keeping an eye on that. I don't even know where pink is, and after the trade-in, it may be in my best orange trades too. Still only getting 5 troops. It may be in my best interest to just clear pink out of the top of the board here. It's gonna make him mad, but this player has done nothing useful to the point where I'd rather just get them out of the way. So I finished the bonus here, mostly for visibility purposes. I didn't need to finish. I don't know why everybody's trading early. I didn't need to finish the bonus there, but I did it because maybe I hold it and then I'm holding an extra +3. But I wanted pink out of here, right? My belief is that the pink player is in one of these islands. I want him to reveal himself to me. Or if for some reason he's on Darwin back here, I just want to get info on where he exists. That's the biggest thing. And also, if he's back here, the only way he can get out and hit me is to go through these other people, which is not a bad thing for me by any means, him going and hitting my opponents. So purple takes a very long time to do anything with their turn. They might not even get a card here, which I think is a big miss. They do get a card at the last possible moment. If somehow I've already gone from what should have been the 4 trade, we're up to the 10. We will get the 10 unless blue or red trades in. Now blue holding a lot of troops here. I really just need to start stacking my my bonus over my opponents pretty aggressively, I think. I wanted to remove pink's material. One, because, you know, he hit some of my material in here that I was hoping to keep his vision, but also just get him stuck down to one spot. He doesn't even take a card, so he's presumably stuck somewhere. Or he's doing that silly thing that people do where they intentionally don't take cards so people don't try to kill them. If you got one card, you're going to be worth it eventually. Red trades early. Red defenses capital, which is interesting. I didn't have that on my bingo card. Him actually adding troop commitment to his cap. If he takes the rest of his bonus, I will actively hit orange. I can't make an enemy out of everybody. Right? I don't want to make an enemy out of every single player on the board. Oh, I'm not going to let you... No, you know what? Now that he traded early, I think I make him primary enemy. I don't like him pushing for an additional bonus. I don't want to have to hit blue. Not even I don't want to have to hit blue. I'm not going to hit blue. So we trade for the 12 somehow? I don't even know how that's possible, man. Orange just took a cap. Whose cap do we think orange just took? Purple's? Because I can't imagine whatever orange just did was smart. I have 3 caps now. This one, I think, is slightly better. I'll just leave 12s on him. Why not? Blue wants to come try to take one. That's his prerogative. We're back on 5 cards, too, so... I don't know why orange was so aggressive to purple. I do think there's a very distinct possibility that pink is capped on Wellington, which is just a garbage spot to be. My concern here is that if purple full sends me, he feeds himself to red. If red... Now, red won't have a trade on 3 because red's not on 3 cards. Oh, he breaks red. That's huge. That is actually massive for me. Because I want red to start with as few troops as possible. I also start with, what, 21? I actually held that bonus that I told you guys. I'm screwed. I'm going to see if we can take it. And we did. Does he slam this right in front of me? Because that would make my life much easier. He does not. So blue trades now. Blue coming in and hitting me wouldn't be the wisest choice. But he may try to deal with purple first. If he eliminates pink... He may just be taking this bonus up here, but I thought this has to be where pink is then. If he takes this, he takes this. It is what it is. I think he thought he was going to have better routing out of here. Leaves 3 there. That's fine. So pink is either back here or up here with blue, right? Because purple's holding this whole bonus. Got 30 troops up here. He is up here with blue. He has far more troops than I thought he would even have up there. Red still starts with 11, but red won't have a trade in here. So he presumably just retakes here. We eliminate purple. I don't think blue has purple kill guarded up here. If he does and I feed it, you know, it is what it is. I don't know that red breaks me here either. No, he just makes it easier for me. He doesn't even take this whole bonus. That doesn't knock me down any additional troops either. So this elimination on purple should be pretty easy. Coming off of a trade-in. I feel a little bit bad for him, but I trade in off of it. We get that many troops. I mean, it's too good to pass up, honestly. 41. Red on 3. I can't kill red. But there's also no real point in leaving him with these extra bonuses. I kind of want to open him up to myself. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Trade on 3 would be huge. Yep, I got the trade on 3. So if red gets overzealous here, opens any of my capitals, he likely perishes. That's my hope. If he trades on 3, good for him, but blue is too strong right now to deal with. This may even be an elimination of pink and just call it a day. If he goes into me, I think that's an overcommitment. I think he's going to hit pink. I think he's trying to slow roll pink's capital, which I don't think you have the troops for. If pink didn't open up the 41 here, so my guess here is that pink is on Bay of Plenty. I think he went boom boom, right? Maybe he's on Hawke's Bay instead, but Waikato is still blue. And blue setting early is big, right? Red takes a card. Blue didn't get a card. I imagine blue doesn't even full break me here. Yeah, blue needed a card, right? Could have probably rolled this 3 over here. Tried to do something dangerous to pink and failed. Pink doesn't even hit me. So we lose this bonus, but it's fine. Pink doesn't even take a card when he definitely could. And we get to see if red trades on 3. If red trades on 3, this game stays open a little bit longer. If he doesn't, especially if he opens up the 40, he is cooked if he opens the 40. Okay. Trades are 35. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. No. Does he remember? He remembers. All right. He doesn't open any capitals up. So we don't set. Just keep the foot on the gas at this point, right? Like 51. Maybe I win that, but I'd rather not take the risk. I'd rather just clean him out of these other positions. And if he trades, he trades, right? I'm still at 140 troops. A trade would put him up to 64. Something like that. I think blue wants pink gone. I think he's clearing pink down to a single spot so that pink's forced to open him. He might even put the troops, fortify the troops over here so pink hits the left and the cap's open, so he's got a double tap on pink. And he can at least ensure that pink's eliminated. I don't think pink's going to take any cards, though. Or he does, which is bizarre to me. Now, if pink ends up on 3, pink's actually arguably a more appealing elimination than red at that point. Because red would theoretically trade now, not be on a trade, and blue also wouldn't be on a trade. All right, red's perished. Red is cooked. Unfortunate for him, but there's just no way. Oh no, he opens the cap up. Oh, don't keep going, bro. Oh, poor red. He at least didn't give me direct pathing, but he's making this so unbelievably easy for me. Watch him hit this territory here. Give me perfect clean pathing. I mean, at least he's going out in a blaze of glory, right? I don't know that these diagonally connect, so I'm not going to mess with that, I don't think. Sorry, red. You became by far the most profitable option on the board. $31 goes back to that cap. I don't think I can kill pink here, so just go back to cap. I likely have a trade on the next turn. If pink trades, then he probably can kill blue. If he doesn't trade, it is what it is. Blue was a good mostly a good neighbor to me, and this game, unfortunately for my opponents, once orange decided to just sack himself into purple, this one wasn't going to be very close. I never got broken. I was allowed to hold bonuses for far too long, easily exercising control over red after that point, just simply because I was getting more troops than him for most of the time. I find that this map tends not to snowball as much as you're obviously seeing right now. There's still an opening here for blue. I probably should have. Red's cap is probably the most central capital on the board. He might take this. I don't know that taking this is wise. I'm actually a little bit surprised that he was able to eliminate pink there. He's not going to have enough troops to do anything here. And especially if he doesn't roll the 19. I'm on 4 cards. He'll be back on 3, but I think I can just cap run. And I probably will just cap run off of my trade-in. It's a little bit too slow. And he's missing crucial bonuses here. You'll get the +6. You might get the +4 down at the bottom here. Well, not if you double back on a spot you already knew. Yeah, he'll get this, but that's... Oh, he doesn't break it. Okay. That's going to be, I believe, a good game to this fella. And the capital was here. Yeah, it was all the way up in Bay of Plenty. Good game, sir. Good game. Well played. And a big old thumbs up to you. Fortunately, Blue didn't try to kill guard anybody up here. That definitely benefited me. But I'm impressed by his ability to eliminate Pink there, because I think Pink had 30 or 40 troops. Blue was holding most of whatever he was generating off of cap to specifically to try to eliminate Pink. That Pink cap, by far the worst cap on the board. I don't love purples just because it's so isolated over here. I would have preferred one of these more externalized ones in that East New South Wales bonus. My cap, not the best. Red had the best positioned cap on the board, but just didn't get bonuses early enough, didn't defend his cap well enough. Intermediate on orange. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that with the cap sacking. Triple beginner novice on pink. If you guys enjoyed this one, do the things, but we got to get to how this stacks up first. I really like this map. I am unsure if this video is the best representation. We do have other games of New Zealand and Australia Advanced on the channel if you guys want to check them out. But dare I say it, I really like this map. I think the Advanced 2 map pack in general is a very, very good map pack. Ottoman Empire, Roman Empire. I think US Advanced is probably the worst of the four. We'll review that one next week, actually. In the meantime, we have our 6th S tier map. I think this map is S tier. There are card block opportunities in the late game. There are bonus battles. There's bonus holding. The bonuses aren't too strong, but they allow you to push your advantage. The map is not the crazy high amount of something like command-based C1X or Spaceport Sigma, but still a good size where it's not so restrained like the classic map. I think that I like the kind of forced conflict that modern Spain generally has a bit more than New Zealand and Australia Advanced, but this one has a lot of that forced conflict too, which we saw between orange and purple. So this one's going to land the S tier. It may be a controversial pick, but I really like this map, and you can tell a lot of these maps in this tier, Canada Advanced, Las Vegas, Earth 2209, are the bigger maps that have openings, relatively balanced bonuses for the most part, potential for snowball, but not too OP, etc. Card block opportunities are there, but they're not the be-all, end-all of every single game. That's what I like about the S tier, and New Zealand and Australia Advance is no exception. I think it's a great map, and we're going to put it in the S tier there. I meant to go through the map itself. I think sometimes the Blizzards can get the islands on the right-hand side a little bit strong, just because they can be 1 point, 2 point holds over there. But all in all, I think the Blizzards can create easier card blocks, but don't overly impact the game a lot, which is usually our commentary on a little bit of the map sliver here. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back next week with the US Advanced map from this map pack on our tier list Tuesday. As always, everybody, I've been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.